Okay, let's start with a square. A square, please. An exact, straight-edged square. I know, it's hard hippies. That is not a square, that's a squircle. So we're going to start with earth. I want a nice, exact, straight-lined square, as exact as possible, as even as possible, without talking. Okay, bend your knees a bit. Feet a bit wider than normal. Bend your knees a bit more. Feel your feet on the ground. Bit less movement, bit slower. Feeling the lower half of your body, like hips down. Knees, feet, breathing deeply in the belly. Nice, deep, slow, earthy breathing. Notice already if this is more comfortable for you than the chaotic, airy, fiery way I normally teach. Some of you maybe go, oh, okay, this is better. This is more what I'm comfortable with. My accountant's like, I sent you that email already, Mark. It's like, I lost it. Yeah. Okay, take a 90-degree turn to your left. I find myself checking my watch as soon as I go into earth to check how long we have. It's a very earthy thing to do. So you should be facing someone's back. Great, good. So please put your left foot forwards. Notice if some of you are still moving, so really settle into that pose. Intentions down. Now step forward one step with your right foot. Now stop. Notice if you're flowing. Both feet flat. Notice if your heels are off the floor. A couple of you were. Feeling the feet. Slow, deep breath. Every time I clap, please step one step forward. Stop after each step, ground the feet, make sure the heels are down, the knees are bent. Yeah, don't worry about getting in the way of the camera, we'll just go about our business. Straight lines, correct activity. Do this the way we've always done it. Organized, linear, grounded. You get to a corner, make sure you turn exactly right angles. So it's stop, start, not flow. Heels down. What if we were to do this for another hour? Sometimes when you do Japanese martial arts, there's a kata and you just do it again and again and again. Notice if you quite like this sort of stable, reliable structure, or if it's boring. Quite tempted just to do this for the rest of the afternoon. It would be a good workshop. Turn back to the middle. Look around, notice what needs organizing, if there's something messy in this room. So we're going to walk around the room now in our own way. When you walk, make it linear, slow, steady, linear walking. Grounding both feet after each step. Some of you aren't grounding properly. A bit wider with your stance there, some of you. So if I was to push you, you wouldn't fall over. You've got a solid stance. Feeling the feet, breathing with the belly. So take it a little wider. You'll find more stability that way, like a wrestler. Same for you, Simone, so a little wider. Notice if your thinking or your perception is changing. I actually notice my thoughts slow down when I do this. Very good, very disciplined, contained. You're a little fiery there, so a little slower. You're bringing a little fire into it. Yeah, so it's still a...
Very grounded.
Yeah.
It's very grounded.
That's it. This is nice. This is correct. So pause a moment. We're going to meet someone. Lee, can I borrow you? So you leave it to a very formal handshake, like two accountants, a little bit fiery, so a little bit slower. Okay, so it's a formal handshake like two accountants or two British military officers. Or if you prefer, you can bow, like a Japanese bow. Very dignified, very formal. Yeah? So without smiling or laughing. If you can't do it without smiling or laughing, tone it down. Yeah? Okay, thank you, Lee. Give that a try with a couple of people without smiling, laughing, or talking. Discipline is part of Earth. Which if you were meeting at a formal occasion, smiling, Natalia, try not to. You might notice sadness. It doesn't have to be sad though, it can just be calm. Who's familiar with this? Obviously not this extreme, but this general vibe. One more piece, try this. Make a square, very exact. Each element has different elements. This is one part of Earth. Be exact, Simone. E. There's a teacher I know called Dylan Newcomb, he uses sound. Say this sound, E. Exact. Make a point between your fingers. It's tiny, but very exact. Yeah. Familiar with this exactness, preciseness, anyone? Yeah. Or familiar with this grounded quality? Okay. A couple of different things together, because it's a fairly crude map, 4 elements, right? If we went to 8 or 16, we could get more refined. And who's less familiar with this? Tends not to be my strength. This is why I need a Catherine or Daniela around. Yeah, or a Karin. Okay. And who really hates this? Because there's basically there's 4 possibilities. There's, I'm good at this and I like it. That's normal. I'm good at this and I'm sick of it. Less common, but possible. Yeah. I'm not so good at it, but I don't like it that much. And sometimes it's I'm not so good at it, but I'm longing for it. Yeah. And the real I don't like it is fuck those people. These people, how would we insult Earth people? What are they? Stuck. Notice if you're quick to get to this. Some of you are like, why would we insult those noble people? Okay, what are the advantages of Earth? What are some of the positive benefits? Dignified. What else? Stable, not all shouting out at once. Safe, it's very safe. They all have a degree of safety, but yes, this can feel safe, particularly like reliable. It's like, I'll pick your children up at 4, I won't be late. I won't let you down. It's predictable. I love you, I have never had an affair, I always love you, I love nobody else. We've been married 40 years, I do not look at other women. Right? That's an Earth marriage. Makes sense? There's a beauty to that, right? Or like my uncle was a military guy, he was a colonel in the British Army, and he came to my dad's funeral, even though he didn't like my dad very much. When he came to his funeral, he was like, Mark, it's good to see you. What do you need? How can I help? On time, very reliable. He's not going to break down in tears. He's going to give out the things for the service. He's going to help with the parking. He's not going to tell me he loves me, but he is going to show me that. Does that make sense? It's very beautiful in that way. Solid, reliable, detail-orientated. Anything else? Organized, yes, definitely. Karin, any other good earthy ones? Can be dignified. What else? Grounded. Yeah. What? There's what, sorry? Calm. It tends to be, they're not like, oh! Yeah? It's like, welcome to British Airways. We'll be flying at 10,000 feet. There'll be turbulence in 2 hours. I know the exact length of the flight, and your mother would probably find me attractive. Welcome. There's something quite calming in that groundedness, right? It's like, it's reassuring somehow. Yeah? Okay.
Wiggling a bit to find the, it'd be like, have I landed? It's almost like adjusting a bit of dynamism to get that grounding.
Yeah, you are adding a little bit of fire in at times as well. Dynamism's a very fiery one.
Yeah, but in order to get grounded.
Okay. Yeah, Earth people wouldn't have to try too hard.
Yeah.
They'd start that way. Yeah.
I would have said something different. It feels like strength.
Yeah, no, notice which ones you think are strong. They're all strong. So if you're having a particular association that this is the strong one, that's your bias. Yeah. Okay, what are the disadvantages of Earth? Bit stuck. Can be, everything has to be perfect. It has to be this way, not another way. A little bit. What's that, sorry? There has to be a plan. We can't just have chaos. There has to be a plan, and maybe perfectionist. Who's a perfectionist? That can be a bit of Earth. Has to be this way. Mark, I've told you already. Yeah. No, this is what we're doing, and we're going in this direction, and I can't change direction very quickly. It's a bit stuck, a bit stubborn, and that's good sometimes, you know, like Churchill. We will fight them on the beaches. We will never give up. There's stubbornness in his embodiment, right? But not very good at changing his mind, not very good at doing something new. Yeah? Makes sense? So a bit stuck, a bit stubborn, a bit neurotic about perfectionism, a little bit uptight, not very quick. It's like, also it's not that fun. Who found it boring? Yeah, so it's like, hello, welcome to the accountant's party. The drinks are over here, the snacks are here. The list of party games is on the wall, neatly posted over there. We will have a very crazy time together. Like, fuck that. Like, take me to the air party, right? It's like not always the best parties, the Earth people, but they will make sure there's enough snacks and enough drinks, and you know, there's ice cream for everyone, there's food for everyone. Yeah, that's another part of the Earth thing. It's like the Earth Mother, which is often combined with water. There's that earthy, I'm going to feed you, look after you, take care of your basic needs.
It can also be overbearing. It takes over the space of others.
Yeah, we'll go into when water combines with the earth. You're probably thinking of that combination, which is a sort of classic overbearing mother controlling through love and things, kind of.
But I also think that, like, on Earth, there is a lot of task assignment. So there is not, like, sometimes others do not have their say or not the ability to.
It's not very relational. It's not very relational. Okay, let's.
Functional, but not very relational.
Great. Talking of which, we need to move on. So give yourself a little shake. Earth people, keep track of the time. Let's make a circle. Okay, let's do a bit of water now. So open up the palms. Feel your feet, bend your knees, still pretty grounded. Think of water, it's heavy, doesn't float. Yeah, soften your jaw. Yeah, say ah. That's nice. And let your vision become more peripheral so you can take in more of this nice circle. And sway a little bit. Hands a bit lower if you would, you'll find it changes if you go there. Yeah, to get the vision you can do that, but then softer here. Everyone say ah. Everyone say yes. Let's do it in Russian. Russian's good. Everyone say da. Say ya. Say yes in your first language. Notice how most of it's like a vowel sound for most. It's like ah, da, ya. We, which when French people have sex, they say wah. It becomes a vowel sound. Yeah? Yeah. Ah, loosen the shoulders. Yeah. Softening, melting. Finding the belly. Give yourself a little stroke so you can sort of soften yourself a little bit, reassure yourself. Yeah, belly, relaxing. Breath is like tides flowing in and out. Yeah, that's nice. Find your hips. A little bit of hip movement. Just come in a little bit. Water quite likes getting together. Water, like think of little water droplets. If you're sitting, go bloop. Yeah? Yeah. Looking around, a bit of eye contact. swaying. It's like saying yes. Look for the good in everyone here. Like, what do you like? I love that dress, you know, like this top. I love it, you know, like, well, oh, you look nice. Like, what do you love about people, even if you just met them? It's like saying yes to your emotions, saying yes to other people, accepting them as they are. Yeah. Oh, I used to have that t-shirt. That's nice, you know. Like, yeah, like really genuinely look for what you like in people or what's easy to accept. Yeah. Take a little step forward if you're happy to. If it feels too much, you can always step out shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. Water quite likes your snuggle. A little bit more, a little bit more. So you can get a bit snuggle. Yeah, that's nice. Like melting into each other like butter. Anyone not like chocolate? Don't trust anyone who doesn't like chocolate. Yeah, a little sway, that's nice. If it falls, just gently. 5 people come. Everyone say, ah. That's nice. If you want a little rub on the back, look to the people to either side and sort of make a little nod. Give them a little rub, if only if they want a little rub on the back. You don't, on the back, nowhere else. There we go, on the back of the heart. Your heart's hanging off your spine, actually, so this is the closest you can get to a human heart. Yeah. Oh, a little softening. Get a bit gooier. Isn't that nice? It's really nice, isn't it? Oh, I'm tempted to do another group spoon, but I won't today. Yeah, that's nice. Bit of eye contact. You know, yeah. How is it to look for the sort of inner child in everyone, that sort of innocent, sweet part? You know, we all have that little kid in us, don't we, that just wants a bit of love. Yeah, no, not me. I'm a fiery person, I'm macho. Yeah. All right. Now, water people tend to be a bit clingy, so this bit might be hard. So as we come back, no, water people are like, oh. Yeah, we're going to move, and when you move, flow, keep on the ground, and move your hips. I know North European men sometimes struggle, but soften into it. You can move backwards. If someone moves towards you, just kind of say after you know, give them the space. That's it, not too quick, nice and slow. Think of honey or liquid chocolate. What could you get a bit softer? The belly, the jaw, the legs. Yeah, hands stay below shoulder height, keeping it open up the hands, open up the face. Eye contact is allowed. Come on, it's Brighton, we do this well here, you know. Yeah. Londoners, try and relax, it's okay, it's going to be okay. Yeah, keep flowing, keep moving like a river. And if you meet someone saying yes, you could do a little bit of gentle contact improv, you know, like moving around each other a little bit, moving with someone, nice and relational, a bit of eye gazing maybe. Soft, relax, loosen those shoulders. That's good. Even the Russians are smiling. It's great. That's nice. Yeah. Lovely. Really good. I'm going to keep telling you how good you are. That's how you bring out the best in water people. You love them. Yeah, very nice. Soften. Slinky, like an otter or a cat. Yeah. Like a otter covered in warm lube. Soft, gentle, flowy. Make sure you move with another person, or maybe do a bit of hand-holdy, eye-gazy, hippie goodness. Just check they want that. If they look like they don't want touching, then respect that. Bit of gentle contact improv. Keep it low, guys, getting a bit airy. Water's quite serious. It's like, pause a moment. Water's like, I love you. Honey, whatever you've done, it's okay. I love you, I'm here for you. So some of you air kids have started doing, that's not water. Water's not like, woo! Water's like, yes. Just to feel the difference. Yeah, so keep it, when you interact with a partner, it's not yet pure play. We'll do that later. I promise you'll get to play later. Yeah? This is more connecting. I love you. Everything you've done is fine. Acceptance. Yeah, so make sure you've interacted with at least one person. Touch if you both want to touch. If not, then you can still do it at a distance. Flowing, making invitations, inviting people into your group. Maybe becoming a 3 or a 4. Yeah, that's nice. Lovely. Slow flow, connecty. A little slower, Natalia. You're a little quick on the. Yeah. Everyone say yes again in your first language. Yes. Da. Yeah. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah. What if we did this for another hour? Yeah, now the truth comes out, huh? Yeah. I've been to it's like Contact Improv Festival in the warm sea in Thailand, you know? Feeding each other grapes and chocolate, cuddling, spooning. Yeah.
Sounds like an ocean.
Lots of empathy and listening. Oh, I'm not sure I can handle any more of this. Any input, Karen? Great, pause there. I know it's hard to stop. I know it's hard. So who's this pretty familiar to? Yeah. I have a colleague, Tess, and whenever I see her, she's like, are you okay? What do you need? Have you noticed how the light comes through that tree? I'm like, yeah, we need to get to the train station, Tess. Yeah. Who's it less familiar to? Okay, so it's not my strength. I can see some of you are a little bit uncomfortable, you know, like, okay. Advantages, what are some of the pros of a watery embodiment? Harmonious usually, yeah. Flexible, it's not as flexible as air, it's more accommodating. It's more like, after you, right? It's not like, woo! Yeah? Yeah? What do you need? Any other benefits? Connections, you can connect in all of them, but this is the most connecty. Yeah. What else? Yeah, interesting. Notice if you think this is the only way to be kind. It's not. They're all kind, but in very different ways. It's very relational. Often it's, connecty relational. Any other advantages? I've mentioned empath. A lot of flow. Well, we could do this. Oh, you want to go there? Okay, we could do that. We could do that. Okay. Yeah, I said air is the most flexible, but this has got an accommodating or flowing quality. What else? Can be. So air is often associated with creativity. People confuse air and water because they're the sort of counterculture ones. Water's like receiving the good idea before you create it. You need a degree of it for creativity.
For me, very relaxed.
It's very relaxed. Yeah, just like physically, watery people are just kind of soft, and their whole bodies are often quite open and soft. Yeah. Can be, particularly when you combine it with earth. Mama's gonna love you. That's the earth-water combination. Yeah.
Is that going with the flow?
Yeah, it's going with what is. Yeah. It's not pushing reality away. It's accepting self and other. Yeah, like, okay, I feel sad today. Maybe I'll take the day off. There's that acceptance. Yeah. And okay, so that's your personality. Okay, that's your culture. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, disadvantages. Notice if you're really quick to think of some. Well, the problem is not very good at decisions because everything's a yes. It's not very well defined. What do you want? Oh! What else? Lack sometimes can be. Water can be very other orientated. What do you need? How can I help you? What do you need? Anyone been in a relationship like that? What do you want to watch? What restaurant do you want to go to? Yeah, it tends to can lead to a lack of self-care. Yeah, but you can turn water in. What else? Can get a bit like sticky, I find, particularly. Yeah, can get like really codependent. Like we're best friends, we always stick together. We have to be together. Yeah, can get a bit like independent people find that.
Already starting.
Yeah, to feel that energetically, right? What else? Is that what you meant, or something else?
Yeah, it was kind of like we were over the circle together. I was like
Yeah, I can see you almost. I was a bit like, oh, no spooning today. I need space because water connects. Everyone melds into each other. You lose autonomy. Okay? Traditionally, this has been a kind of feminine problem. Yeah, in the modern world, obviously things are less defined by gender, but traditionally that would be like lots of community, but a lack of individuation, a lack of agency, which we'll see in fire next. Yeah. Any other problems? Water can be a bit like, it's all about me, and I do yoga and I have to eat chia seeds, and I have to really take care of myself because I'm so, yeah, it can be. Yeah. It's not really getting anything done. Because let's talk about it. What's your opinion? So the wolves are coming to eat us, and I feel really sad about that. Yes. How do you feel about the wolves coming to eat us? Do you empathise with me and my pain around the wolves? It's so nice to connect with you about the wolves. They're actually eating my leg now. I feel really bad about it. What's that? Do you see what I mean? You become dinner. You're not getting things done. It doesn't have clear boundaries. Who here has problems with saying no or clear boundaries? Yeah? Put your hand up. Okay. Martyrdom, okay. Drowning, not burnout. Drowning, not burnout. Drowning in work. Burnout's for the fire people. Hear the language? Drowning, burnout. Drowning in work because you take on everybody else's work. Doing too much, not saying no, not having boundaries. Really important stuff. Okay, little shake. Oh, it's fire time. Good. Okay, so can I have 2 straight lines facing this way? Go! 2 straight lines. Karen, get them into shape. 2 straight lines. Lee, let's get a bit of Lee energy in here. Facing this way, 2 lines. Stop laughing! Guys, you will not learn anything if you're laughing. It's complete nonsense. Okay, if you need to step out to feel safe, step out. But if you're in, we're doing fire. Okay, take a couple of steps forwards. 2 steps, come on. Good. Okay, put one hand in front of you. Bit more forwards. There's people at the back that are squashed. Bit more forwards. Okay, say this, not this. This, not this. This, not this. Cut. This, not this. Stop smiling. This, not this. This, not this. Good. Okay, put one hand up. Stop smiling. You can't nice your way through this one. Okay, say no. No. Doesn't have to be aggressive, but make it firm. No. No. Okay, say no in your first language. No. Okay, if someone wanted to hurt someone you love, what would you say? No. Come on, if I was trying to hurt your family, I wouldn't be like, no. It's like, no. 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 Eyes open. No. 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 Good, another part to fire. Little back bend here. Hands on the heart. Say this, I fucking love it. I fucking love it. So this is like, hell yeah. Yeah? Fuck yeah. Good. So pause. Some of you are going into humor. It's not humor. It's what you actually fucking love. It's like what gets you up in the morning? What keeps you awake at night? What do you have passion and energy for? Yeah? So it's not like it's silliness around that. It's like, fuck yeah. Sometimes it's just, I really like Brighton. It can just be a little bit of passion. Other times it's like, fucking hell yeah! Yeah? Whoa! Yeah! I'm gonna give that a try. All right, go. Ah! Pause. Good. Notice if you get scared, you can always sit out. But if it gets silly, tone it down. Okay, we're not doing silly. Sometimes it's just pure passion. Sometimes it's more like fierceness. It's like, ah! Yeah? Want to give that a go? Little kids will do this. Little kids, they'll have furious tempers, won't they? Yeah, they'll be like, rah, about something. Okay. When we move from fire, it's linear and it has direction. So it's not like, oh, maybe I'll go here, maybe I'll go there. Fuck that. Direction. Okay, so when you move, you push from the back foot, your arms are moving, your stride is long, and you're focused on where you're going. Okay, ready? Do you understand? Yes! Go! So pick a direction, move towards it. Move towards that direction. Clear, fierce, direct. There's power in it. Moving towards someone. Moving towards a point. Where do you want to go? Try this, not this. This, not this. This, not this. Okay, pause. Close your eyes. Hand on the chest. Feel your heart beating. You can probably feel it now. Fiery hot blood pumping around your body. Energy, literally the mitochondria, burning oxygen, keeping you alive. There's a life to fieriness, yeah? So this isn't just like aggression, or it is that, but it's also just like life. It's that yes energy as well as that no energy. It's fucking like what makes you human, what keeps you pumping, yeah? What do you care about? What do you have passion around? That's part of it. So try walking now with that same fieriness, but maybe a bit slower, but with intensity. People always say, oh, Mark, you're very intense. What the fuck does that mean? I'm very, very, yeah? And you're not. Be intense. Walk with that intensity. Go. Give it a go. Bit of intensity. It's like I care about this. Breathing in the chest. Your chest is breathing as you move. So it's not that slow yoga breathing. It's kind of breathing. Keeping the gaze focused, feeling the warmth, the pulse of your life. Try another no, Hold your hand up, no. Okay, pause. We're gonna find someone about the same size as us, doesn't need to be exactly the same. Here's the exercise, it's probably best with your socks off, but we'll do it in a minute, just show them. So push. So without gripping here, or definitely not interlocking fingers, you're just pushing on each hand, push me backwards. So my job is to push her backwards. Her job is to push me backwards. This is a competition. There will be a winner and a loser. Yeah? Do not slip over and hurt yourself. If you hurt your partner, you're taking them to hospital. Make sense? I'm not joking, you fucking are. Okay, so with your partner, push them backwards, try and win the game. If you don't want to play, that's fine, just sit down. It's totally okay to opt out. Carefully your balance. Watch you don't knock heads, guys. Pushing backwards. You might want to try with your socks off for later. Don't talk! What if your life depended upon this? What if the life of someone you loved depended upon this? Don't interlock fingers, it's dangerous if you fall over. Hands like that. Okay, good, pause. Pause, stop! If you want, give your partner a fiery hug, like two boxers. Nice. Who wants a chest bump? Well, I'm not sure I can do it at the mic, actually. Probably can't do it at the mic. Okay, high five, like a stingy high five. Woo! Good. Fieriness. Who feels familiar with fieriness? Fieriness. Fire, what we're doing. Yeah, okay. It's not so English in some ways, this. I see more when I work in Israel or Russia, like what we would consider fiery, they would just go, yeah, it's nothing. It's partly it's cultural like all of them. Yeah, barley, much more water. Yeah.
Feels very familiar. I also feel like crying.
Yeah.
I've been told to stop.
Yeah, so notice if you're not allowed it, particularly women will often find they're not allowed this kind of anger. They're not allowed, it's coming out in society in a big way right now, actually, the last few years. Yeah, it's like a repressed anger that's coming out. You know, some good stuff to that. Some good stuff, some not so good stuff too. Okay, who's it familiar to then? Just some of those people again? Yeah, and you'll know, because if it's familiar, you'll be like, I know it is. You won't be like, oh, maybe. Yeah, who's it less familiar to? Who needs to develop this? You nice people. Yeah, okay, nothing wrong with that, different personality. Okay, so let's talk about the advantages. What's good about being fiery? Shit gets done. Okay, what else? Action focused and boundaries. No, you don't do that. I won't allow it. Yeah, what else? Passion is that lust for life and this is the best music in the world, oh, it's great, try this chocolate cake. You can be passionate about lots of things, right? Clarity, it can be quite not this. Particularly when combined with earth, that's a nice combination. Like an archer, that's like fire and that earth exactness. Yeah? Try that one. It's like, yeah? Yeah. That's the direction of fire with the control of earth. What else? Any other advantages? There's an intensity to it, right? It's not like life with the colour off, you know? It can be protective, they can all be protective, but there's a very clear protection for this. Yeah? Yeah, notice which you think are powerful. So this is a form of power. Yeah? Notice that you think it's dominant. So you don't think water people can't dominate you utterly? You won't even know it when a water person's dominating you. You'll be like, yes, I'll do that because I love you. And they're like, ha ha ha. Yeah? So it's like, it's just a different way of dominating. It's a very obvious way. Same with power. You don't think water's powerful? What's more powerful than empathy and softness? You know?
It's less empowering.
What is?
It feels less empowering.
Notice that. Okay. Water is super empowering. Water's a superpower. They're all superpowers. So notice if you're like, this one isn't nice. This isn't kind. It's like, well, sometimes to be kind, you need to be tough, right? Yeah, no, stop taking drugs. You need to sort that shit out. Like challenging someone could be the kindest thing rather than being nice and going along with them where they're fucking up their whole life. Yeah?
But also equality, because it asks the other one to step up. I thought it was very equal.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Again, you think that I think they can all be equal. I get what you mean, because there's a like, I respect you enough that we, come on, you know, I'm going to challenge you, we can step up. You're not a little kid here. Yeah.
Protective of others, potentially.
Great, so that's the positive side of that fire. I think that's what people are missing seeing in masculinity these days. They're seeing the violence in fire, which is a danger and is worth flagging, you know, but they're not seeing the kindness, the boundaries, the protectiveness. Yeah, like little kids often quite like me because I'm kind, but I've got a protective feel. Little kids often feel quite safe around me because they know that if someone tries to hurt them, I will fuck that person up for them. Yeah? Make sense? So this is the same in attraction. Like a lot of women tell me, straight women, tell me what you think, if this is true or not. They want a man who's safe and isn't going to abuse them, but is also dangerous enough to protect them if need be. Yeah? Like admit that. Who's more attractive? Is it the man that's a little dangerous, or is it the man who's totally safe? Yeah? So that little bit of dangerousness, every female romance novel, what's it about? Pirate, vampire, stockbroker, these are all dangerous professions, okay? They're not, the fireman, you know, he's dealing with danger every day, the soldier. There's a reason this stuff is in our culture. It's like, don't deny it, yeah? Disadvantages of fire. So it's passionate, it's direct, it's clear, it's got boundaries. What are the disadvantages? Notice if you're quick off the mark. What was that? Yeah, well, it can connect, but it's like, I fucking love you, mate. Yeah? It's like, it's not that connecting in the way you might be trained in. Yeah? Competition's extremely connecting. What do most boxers do at the end of a fight? Hug. When you fight someone, you feel really bonded with them afterwards, so it can connect. But I get what you mean. It's not like the normal way we'd think of it. What are the other problems?
Missing details.
Yeah, because they're so busy doing something, they're missing the details and they're missing the relationships. Unpredictable when combined with air. Fire people burn themselves and others out. They burn themselves out because they work really hard. Catherine, do I work hard? Would you say that's fair to say as a fiery person?
Yeah, me too.
Ish. What's that, sorry?
Me too.
Yeah, so yours is organised with that. And we have to be a bit careful of burning out because of that. The other thing is I can push people quite hard as a boss because I'm used to that myself. I'm like, come on, let's do it. Like, what's the average length of a day on EFC for the staff? 12 to 14 hours? So there's a risk in that, right? 15 hours. So we can push through. That's a fiery quality, and that risks burnout. In exceptional circumstances, though, that's a great quality. Yeah. Okay. Well, any other disadvantages? So unstable, particularly combined with air. It's less grounded than Earth for sure. We're going up, so we're starting at the bottom and going up. So we're getting less stable as we go up. So another one, just not listening very well. Not really kind of being sensitive or accommodating others. It's just like, look, I'm doing this thing. It's not necessarily mean, it's just I'm just going somewhere, so why would I worry about your opinion? Make sense? Cool? Enough for fire? Everyone okay? Just want to check, give me a thumbs up if you're doing all right emotionally. If you're not, you might enjoy it so. Okay, let's shake it off, Give it a good shake. Yeah? Okay, shaking's a little tool you can take away. Are we ready to have some fun? Everyone say, whoop, whoop. Okay, I've always wanted to be like a DJ in a club with lasers, so everyone look up at the lasers, okay? Everyone say, whoop, whoop, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Okay, great, it's very good. And now come off your heels a little bit. Get a bit bouncy, okay? Imagine you're like a bouncy ball or you're on the trampoline, okay? Everyone a bit more bouncy, okay? And when we move, we're gonna be, keep your hands moving, hands up in the air. Keep unpredictable, move around, go a little bit crazy if you need to. A little bit silly. Everyone make an animal noise, Woo, woo, woo. Okay, pause. People are a nightmare to control. Okay, now we're going to be very glidey and spiritual. Everyone pretend you're from Northern California. Okay, hello, Northern California. Okay, everyone say, I'm very spiritual. Very spiritual. Glide through the air. Glide. Hello. Everyone say, Om. Yes. Now, take your little fingers, lick them, stick them in your ears, and go. And now play. Go freestyle. Do whatever you want. Pause. Okay, put two fingers together. Everyone say, wow. We could do anything, say, wow. Get the big picture, look around, the big picture. You're visionary, you're creative. Say, wow. Your fingertips have rainbows coming out of them. And there's a dolphin in here. Play catch with the dolphin and tease each other and flirt with each other. Have a little flirt with each other. It's still legal. There's no HR department here. Wow. And everyone, pause. Do you all have a magic pen? Yes, you do. Everyone got a magic pen. Stick it in your bum. Okay, and write your name with your magic pen on the floor. Give it a go. Go. And some more animal noises. Okay, what if we did this for another hour? Are there any of the Earth people struggling yet? That's really funny. Okay, it's quite funny that some people are like, no, I'm too serious to play this. I'm a very serious person. I'm a somatic culture. Okay, so what are we doing? Focusing, yes. So, focusing on the activity with a goal. Okay, so air, what are some of the advantages of our airiness? Lightness. Creativity, though, you need the other stuff for creativity. Spontaneity, it's like, I've never thrown the dolphin before. That was a spontaneous thing we added in today. What else? What? Dreaming big. Yeah, wow, we could do this thing. And freedom. Air people fucking love freedom. It's all about, don't cage me in, man. It's all about the freedom. What else? Have you noticed something? What's this? It's like a fish thing. What's that? That's interesting. Yeah. What else? Distracted easily. We're not got to the disadvantages, Earth boy. Okay. We're still on the advantages. What else? Lots of interest. I've got this hobby and I do that hobby and I do that. Enthusiasm. One of my students, Damien, was like, oh, I've just bought a gym, and then I did this, and then I did that, and then there's pancakes, and I've also done this. He's got loads of enthusiasm. He's really fun to be around. It's fun, right? It's fun. Other people are like, no, it's annoying. What else is it? Any other good things?
Out of the box.
Out of the box, thinking box or what box? Yeah. What else? Any others? If you notice how husky my voice is. It's quite exciting. It's quite exciting. Bit of fire. Quite exciting. Bit of fire, bit of air. Quite exciting. Joy is up. Yeah. Entertaining. Fun. That is a very serious question. Think of it as like two. One is like I'm very light and spiritual, and the other one is I'm a bit silly. So if we were to do like an 8 things model, we could split this into 2. Yeah, and almost some like 5 element models have like void. It's like up here, which is like, wow. Like transcendence. Everyone do this, reach up. Come off your heels, come off your heels. Say, wow. I am now a breatharian. I don't need to eat food. I live off light. It's quite up here. Yeah? And there's a beauty to that, right? We transcend the little problems of the world. We transcend out of things. Yeah. Ooh, my third eye is lighting up. Calm the fuck down, Mark. Okay, so I love air. What are some of the disadvantages of air? What's that? They're all over the place. You're going to have so much fun working with me next year, Daniela. What's that? Focus, exactly. Yes, ADHD boy. What's that? It's not very practical, because why would you be? It's like, I've got this great idea for a conference next year, and there's going to be 1,000 speakers, and we're going to have it in 10 languages, and I have no idea about the budget or how that's going to work. We'll work that out later. It'll be fine. Practical details aren't there. Yeah? It's exhausting. They get more exhausting. So as we go up, they give more energy, right? It's fun. One of my friends, earthy friends, said, Mark, I like being around you, but for a short period of time. You know, because it's exhausting being around that much energy the whole time. Yeah. It's sort of, what else? Any other burnouts with fire. Yeah, that combination can get quite explosive. Entrepreneurial, but explosive, and burnout. Bit flaky. Like, oh, sorry, I'm late. There was a squirrel in a tree, and then the squirrel. I thought, what would the squirrel look like if squirrels had trousers? Have you ever thought about squirrels with trousers? What if it were blue trousers? Have you got blue trousers? What are we doing again? Just get distracted by things, yeah? I fucking love squirrels. Okay, what else? Oh, the spiritual one can be, I'm above you people, think air. I'm looking, oh, you have to eat? Oh, you don't do yoga? Oh, you have a normal job, you're not a life coach like me. Oh, this is sort of airy looking down, you know, on the mere mortals that have to pay the bills, yeah? Yeah, it's the ideas, yeah? Yeah, it's airy people are great at making ideas, but making them happen is a fiery, earthy thing, okay? Also, it's not that relational, it's quite shallow. It's like, you're my best friend, I love you, you're so nice to me. Oh, but you're interesting, who are you? Oh no, I'm bored of you. Oh, okay, so it's like new best friend every week or new lover every week. It can be a bit shallow. It's like exciting and then moving on really quickly rather than actually getting to the depth of relationship that water's gonna be wanting forever with no escape. Freedom! Okay, air people love freedom. So I think we've covered that it can be a bit addictive, air people as well. They're like, let's try that. What's that? A new drug? Let's give it a go. Yeah, got to be a bit careful as an air person. New things, exciting new things. Shiny. Yeah, make sense? Woo. Whew. Okay, so I think I went a little bit too much into my air there. Now I have to be a responsible adult and get this training back on track before lunch. Don't worry, we can do it. So we're going to self-assess. Always dangerous. So think, what would your mum say? What would your best friend say? What would your husband or wife say? Okay, what would your cat say? So air over there. Which way's air? Over there, air people who aren't paying attention, thinking about something else. Earth is over there. Which way's earth? Over there. Hang on. We're not done yet. Fire is over there. Which way's fire? Wait. Which way's fire? The earth people need to double check. Okay. So which way do you think water is? Over there. Pause. Notice how you're doing this. Earth people like, can you give me the instructions again? Water people like, what do you think I am? I'm not sure. It depends who I'm with. Fire people like, well, I know where I am. Fuck your opinion. Air people like, I'm everything because I'm free. No, you're not. Okay, so let's do it one more time for the earth people to check. Okay, water, fire, what's over there? Air. Earth. So you can pick up to 2. So if I'm more fiery, airy, where would I be? Where would I be? What corner? What corner? Where's fire? Okay, where's air? So I'm going to be in this corner. Catherine, what are you more like? Fire. So you're going to be over there. Karen, you're opposite me.
I'm in exactly the right place.
We should work together. Okay, great. Okay, so go to one of the places. It's probably going to be a corner. Yes, you can be in the middle, but you will be confusing to everybody. Because it's like switching between 2 opposites. It's like, I love you, I hate you. It's either. Everyone got a place? So what is this earth water? Always more fucking water people, I tell you. Earthy, fiery people. Okay. Confused people. Yeah, and over here, watery air people. This is like the most alternative. It's super barley. Super barley. Okay. Wait. Find someone near you. Watery people, you can make a little group if you want. What are the advantages and disadvantages of being you? So find a partner or 2 near you, a few minutes. Pros and cons of this embodiment. What do I do? 5 people like, I need more time. Earth people are like, why did you not tell us how long we had? Air people are talking about chickens, you know? Okay, so I know we're all very interesting and complicated, unique snowflakes. Okay, what are you learning about your preferences? Remember, it's just about preferences. What are you learning? They're the best. Yeah, so the whole point of this model is to move away from self-congratulation and judging others into understanding difference. Because if we're just in our own world, from where am I? This is fire, right? So like the problem with those water people is they're soft and weak. And from a water point of view, obviously it's like, the problem with those fire people, they're just mean. They don't really listen, So we can be really in judgment of the other, right? Or we can go, okay, well, this is my strength and my weakness, and this is their strength and their weakness. So that's the big move to make here. And when I do this with corporations, sometimes people are like, well, they're understanding the different department or the New York team or the sales team or whatever. I've done this with like 200 people from a company. It's fascinating. You see the different offices and the different departments, What else? What are you learning about yourself? Oh, yeah.
But it really unfamiliar.
Right, yeah. Oh, you'll get some of that one way or another. So if water and fire, by the way, there's a lot of polarity in that. So most couples, straight or gay, will have some kind of polarity. If they don't, they're not having much sex normally. Yeah, we seek that opposite. Maybe it's like a fiery person having lots of baths and liking water and the sea. Could be very literal. Other times it's like, I just need to be around that energy, I need to be around people that have that. So we will find balance one way or another, healthy or unhealthy, yeah? So, and what else?
I think you can nurture certain things so they develop.
Who can? Me or you?
I can.
Yeah.
Develop certain things so they develop. For me, that's something I've been doing with grounding. But actually also when I squash things, squashing the fire, it can come out sideways.
Do anyone know those nice watery people that suddenly explode? Because they're holding it in, and then comes out. Yeah, I didn't want to watch Terminator 5 anyway. Oh, you said you did. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. Also, we develop ourselves through practice, right? So, like, what's a watery practice?
Swimming?
Well, it's very literal. She could be. Depends how you swim. If I do like lane swimming at 7 a.m. every day for exactly 23 minutes, or if I'm doing competitive swimming as fast as I can, or if I'm just like on the flume with my armbands playing and having splishing and splashing, that's not very watery, is it? So it's how we do the activity. Okay, give me a classic water activity though. It depends on the dance. It would be like receiving in salsa, for example, like listening, receiving for sure, but not necessarily like flamenco. Yeah, that's a bit more fiery, isn't it? Okay, what's an air dance? Well, ballet can be quite earthy. It's skin disco. Ballet can be quite earthy in its control. Okay, so you have to be careful. I was just doing skin and releasing for a few days, and it's very up. There's this kind of, release and airiness to it. Yeah. 5 Rhythms obviously has a bit of different things going on. For those of you who do that, there's different qualities to it. What's a martial art that's fiery? Punchy, kicky, and kickboxing, Thai boxing, kendo I talked about earlier. What's a martial art that's earthy? Yeah, it depends on the style of things, right? So an Aikido, for example, but anything that's exact, anything that, like most Japanese martial arts are quite earthy, or it could literally be a grounded thing, like, a Qigong or Tai Chi or whatever. Tai Chi's a bit watery as well. What's that, sorry? Buto?
So slow.
Oh, okay, so that, yeah, the Buto's got a lot of different things in it, in my experience, but yeah, the slowness is earth. So do you understand how different dance forms, yoga forms? What's an earth yoga form? Iyengar, particularly, right? Exact, very exact. If we add a bit of fire to that, earth and fire, we get something like Ashtanga. Okay, there's very little air yoga, truly creative yoga, a bit in acro. Water would be something like Scaravelli or Yin, like, like I'm feeling into the pose. And, yeah. What's that? Lovemaking. That depends how you do it. Is it like, I need a volunteer. Karen, yeah, okay. Can I pin you against that wall?
Oh yeah, we're doing that.
Okay, we're doing that one. I wouldn't do this with any of you, just to be clear. So it's like, yes. So I'm fiery, but she's gone watery, right? Yeah, so I'm like, and she's gone, come get it. Right? Air, air has its place in the bedroom, bit of fun, bit of silliness, Earth, not. It's 8 o'clock, darling, on Friday night. But it could be a steadiness there. You don't want to end proceedings too quickly, So, should we leave this on camera? I'm not sure if we should. The key one for sexiness is this polarity. Okay, you either need to have that or you need to create that, or else your sexiness is going to die pretty soon. And cross-culturally, gay, straight, work with different people, there needs to be some form of polarity. I was working a lot with gay people in Russia. I do a lot of work there, and it's even more apparent in gay communities. Yeah, it's even more apparent in my experience. It's the basis of a number of cliches, but it's the thing. Yeah. So you could think, where's your romantic partners of choices for the last 5 years? Look around. They tend to be the reliable ones. I tend to like women who are quite open and soft and vulnerable and have all that water thing going on, which I like. Or do you like your person fiery, or do you like the fun ones? Yeah? Okay. Whew. Before we go for lunch, let's make this verbal. So, coaching. Who's a coach? Great. Yoga teachers who can use it in that domain. How would I begin a coaching session in an earthy way? So I'm not going to walk around. What might I say?
Like a grounding.
Here's the structure of today's session. What would you like to get from today? Okay, what about a more watery style? How are you feeling? It's nice to see you. How are the kids? What do you need for today? Okay, and what do you really feel like getting from today? It's the same beginning. Fiery coach. Anyone had a fiery coach? I'm quite a fiery coach. Okay, you're late. Don't do that again. Let's get on with it. This is the goal. This is the target. You up for it? Yes or no? Some of you are like, hell yeah, that's how I want to be coached. Some of you are like, fuck no. I'd run away from that. What about airy coach? Sorry, I'm late. Airy coach. No, how would an airy coach begin a session?
So I saw a squirrel on the way.
What's that, sorry?
So I saw a squirrel on the way.
I saw a squirrel on the way here, and I was thinking, how would it be like to metaphorically climb the tree of your life? What would that be like to be a squirrel? Let's make squirrel shapes. something really creative. Let's just forget about the boss for now. Let's just have fun with this. It's a very valid way of, I make a lot of jokes when I'm coaching. Even if it's like trauma stuff, jokes can be really helpful. Yeah, listen to Paul Linden's abuse survivor jokes or Holocaust jokes. It's one of my teachers, Paul Linden. Like, it can be really, that's his job is working with abused children. He just pure jokes. A lot of it can be really helpful if done with skill. Yeah, so you see his different styles here. You can tell someone's embodiment by how they walk in a room, or even before they walk in a room. So someone comes up for a coaching session. Guess the embodiment. Okay, now this one. Right? Or how they walk. Close your eyes, listen to my walk. Yeah? Yeah? You can hear it. You don't even have to look. And then you look at the spine. Which way is the spine going to be for more watery people? This way? Want a piece of me? Or this way? Right? So you can see it in the body. You don't need... look around, look at the watery people. They're all relaxed. They're all squidgy. They look like they've just had a massage. Yeah? The earth and fiery people are a little bit more like... a bit more uptight. So you can hear it in the breath. When they speak, is everything like letting go? Or is it like, right, words are being pushed out, sucking air in, pushing words out? You hear it? Yeah? Cool? So last thing before lunch, I want you to take this from the body into the verbal. So you're going to pick and do all 4 elements, and you're going to ask a question in 4 elements. Could be, may I have a pay rise? Okay, it could be, my darling, would you marry me? You can give it marriage proposals, kind of fun. Or it could be a coaching one or a yoga one, something you would use as, you go for the fun one, like the marriage proposal, or if you prefer, one that you actually use, like Naomi, what's a phrase you might use in your work?
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling? So it could be, how are you feeling? Or how are you feeling? What's a phrase you might use, Natalia?
Tons of them, I don't know.
Mi говорим по-русски? Нет? Okay. What's a phrase? Someone else? Give me one from yoga. Great. What's been good about your day? Nice one. Yoga one. Okay. Shut up and dance. Shut up and dance. Shut up and dance. Shut up and dance. Shut up and dance.
So where does the interaction with the environment come into this?
Yes, always.
I used to be in the military.
Yes.
And so I really recognise that Sandhurst Point, direct, fiery kind of side.
Yes.
But then, when I teach yoga, the yoga teacher voice.
You have the yoga voice?
Yeah. And I recognise those different states.
Yeah.
Familiar,
Great.
but very responsive to the environmental context that I'm in.
Yes, great. So the environmental context is always there, and that includes the weather, the city, the weather in a yoga class. There's culture. Embodiment is always immersed in culture and subculture, right? The good news is you can use that to build your range. So do you want to be in Sandhurst mode now or yoga mode or some combination? So rather than being a victim of that, actually using that as your palette to paint from. Using that as okay, now's the time to be a military officer, now's the time to be a yoga teacher, or not either, right? Rather than have them as sort of things that are just dictated to us by stimuli that triggers us. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, so we develop range through learning different experiences, and it's great, you've got this broad life experience, right? Yeah. Okay, so with a partner, very quickly, 1 sentence in 4 different elements. Something fun, like will you marry me, or something that's useful for your work. Go! Acting it, all you're doing is air, actually. Okay, that's just air. So really see if you can find that. Shift your body, your breath, use your imagery, whatever tools you have at your disposal to really find the sincere, non-bullshitty, non-silly version. So please try again. Okay. Thank your partner in the element of your choice. Thank your partner in any element. Thanks. Okay. You're standing between me and lunch. This is a bad place to stand. Let's come to a circle. Whatever. Earth kids, get over it. I don't care. Okay, so remember, it's just a map. I hope it's useful to understand yourself as a coach or a yoga teacher. Okay, you're the controlling yoga teacher or the over-caring yoga teacher or the yoga teacher who pushes too hard or tells too many jokes, yeah? Understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, for designing teams, for understanding cultures, places. Brighton, more watery or less watery than London? Literally and figuratively. More airy or less airy? More airy. It's like you get off the train from London and it's like two guys kissing, someone's playing the piano, there's a stag party, you know, it's like, way, welcome. Yeah? You can feel it as you get on the train. It's like you go, oh, London mode, and then you go through the barriers, it's like, woo. Yeah? Just give you some tools for understanding your embodiment. You can see it in other people, hear it, see it in clients. Make sense? Useful? Good little map. You can go into it in way more detail. Resources on this. Stuart Heller is an embodiment teacher that talks about elements. Ginny Whitelaw has a model that's not the same, but called Phoebe, which is a bit quite similar. Her water and air are a bit different. So both those people have an influence on me, but this is also a classic model. It underpins Jung's work, which was the basis of nearly all typologies. And it goes back to even shamanistic models. And remember, as I said, if you've got like a 5-element model or a 7.5-element model, that's fine. This is just one way of looking at it. So yeah, hopefully that's given you some insight into your type, and we can start using it to shift. Yeah, shift our state, and through long-term practice, shift our way of being. Cool. Huh. Yeah, so I only really have one answer to all questions. Does anyone know what it is? So if you say, how do I do this, how do I do that, I'm going to give you, how do I learn Russian? How do I get better at using my left hand? My answer is always going to be practice. Yeah, but practice also needs to be integrated. So you could just do something in a sort of cul-de-sac. You can do something that doesn't impact the rest of your life. So the word practice is not quite as simple as it seems. Conscious practice with intention in community with feedback would be a longer answer. But it's got to have meaningful direction, intentionality, and you've got to have bridges to get it into the rest of your life. Or else you'll be we call them 6 Dan arseholes in Aikido. Like people that were really good at throwing people around but hadn't put it in their life. Or yoga teachers that are great at asana but their life's a mess. Yeah? So this integration is really what I've given my life to. Like there's a book there about yoga called Making Yoga Meaningful. That's all about how to do it in yoga. Originally I worked it out in Aikido. And now we're doing it with corporate clients and different people. So this whole course is the answer to that question, really. Yeah. I think that's enough for now. Last question before lunch. Yeah.
Feeling that in certain environments I don't have permission
Yeah.
practice
Uh-huh.
a particular element.
Yeah, well, you don't practice in difficult environments. You practice in controllable, safe spaces. So this is why we have dojos, because the place to practice is not the battlefield; it's the dojo. This is why we have, this is why yoga's great, because yoga's pointless. So you go to yoga and you practice something because there's no consequences. Like if I'm doing tree pose and I fall over, what happens? I don't lose my job, don't lose my wife, don't lose my house. I'm just practicing. So we need these places where we can not have consequences and also where we can control the variables. Because I can't say to my sister, listen, we're not quite in my sweet spot. Could you be 20% more annoying, but not 30%? Right? We need a place where we can say, come on, hit me harder, or make the stretch longer, or meditate in a different way, or use a cold shower, or something we can control that way. So it has to be non-consequential and controlled, and we have this container. Then the container becomes a problem, because if the container is too tight, you don't transfer it into life. Right? You have to have your Aikido clothes on, or your special yoga clothes, or you use your special yoga voice or words, or we need to open up that container later. Yeah? But this, like Catherine and you know, we're working on this on EFC with people over time and coaching, and some people we send to do trauma work, or, you know, there's all these different, it's not an easy thing. Real transformation is a tricky proposition because we're so habitual. We cross our arms the way we cross them, and that is going to keep coming back in without a lot of these factors. Cool, we talked a little bit about culture, talked a little bit about what embodiment is, this idea of the subjective sense of the body. So yes, awareness, but also choice. Yeah, this basic equation that we're becoming more aware of our states and our patterns, and then we can choose. So centering is a great way to change your state. Yeah, and then patterns is practice, this idea of we become what we practice. Richard Strozzi Heckler is one of the sort of big names in this field, and I should acknowledge actually, as a teacher for me, and he's a huge influence in this field. He talks a lot about practice, as does Ginny Whitelaw, who I mentioned. While I'm crediting Paul Linden is one of my main teachers, and a lot of what I do around centering comes from him. I'm going to give you guys a handout later that has these names in. Wendy Palmer would be another big name in this field. There's lots of others, but Dylan Newcomb would be another. So I just want to kind of mention and honour some of the kind of people that built this field into what it is, because it's, I think my company was the first specialist company in Europe doing this, but there were people in the States who were doing it before. It's Ginny Whitelaw. Mm-hmm.
Do you repeat the thing you said about practice not being dead end and what it needed?
Yeah, so what is helpful for practice? Intentionality. So it's not practice if it's you just sort of doing it unconsciously. I'd say the intention to transfer it into life and the intention to be building a specific thing, like what's the purpose of it, you know? Community really helps, as does coaching and feedback, teaching, and mechanisms to transfer mechanisms. So it's little ways to loosen that necessary container. So to have practice, we need that container, which means it's non-consequential and controllable. Yeah, usually ritualized as well is helpful. So if you've got those things, does this sound like EFC criteria for practice when people say, can I do my meditation on the train while on the phone? Yeah. And we say, well, it has to be a dedicated thing, it has to have an intention, it has to have some sort of container, some kind of community. These are the factors which, in my experience, make a difference. So, for more on practice, read Ginny and read Richard. Both of them are very solid on that. Cool. Any other questions or thoughts or musings over lunch while you're eating some chips? Or kale chips? So we talked about this a little bit before, didn't we? Contexts, right? So particularly if you've been trained in a certain lineage, so maybe you've been trained in a Japanese martial arts that's very earthy and fiery, or most coaches tend to be quite watery when they're coaching, because that's the humanistic influence on coaching. Yeah, unless you've been trained by Tony Robbins and it's much more fiery or whatever, yeah? So we need to account for our own cultural and subcultural influences and that kind of situational situation. So you might want to video yourself coaching and then look at it through that lens, the elements, and go, okay, have I got a particular pattern here? And that might be serving you, or it might be a affectation, should we say? Like just sort of a habit that you've picked up. Maybe affectation sounds a bit negative, but a pattern which isn't certainly the only way to do it. And as ever, we're not saying you have to coach this way, you have to teach yoga this way, but it would be nice to have freedom, right? Because it better suits different situations, different clients, yeah? Not everyone's going to respond well to a watery coaching style. It just annoys me personally, for example. Yeah. Good questions. Any more? So let's take that as an example, right? So if someone's got this kind of shaping, and you know, I don't want to draw conclusions because it could be a physical injury, it could be a genetic thing, there's lots of reasons for that, but let's say it's a sort of heart closed down, you know, protective kind of thing. You'll see that a lot in kind of teenage girls, you know, they start off like this and they hit 12 and they start doing this, yeah? There's very good reasons for that, but so they're protecting themselves in that way. So there's several what we could call blockers. One would be, are they motivated to change? Do they see a possibility for change? Do they have enough trust in you that they can think that you can help them change? So there's three things you've got to have out the bat, right? Do they want to? Do they think it's possible? And do they trust you to assist? If those three aren't in place, you ain't coaching, right? Then physically, their pectoral muscles and anterior deltoids will be shortened. So it's going to be physically difficult for them to do this. So this is where some body work might help, right? You know, have them kind of lie over a block every day or whatever to open that area up. The next thing is they're going to have an emotional resistance, because this is saying, but I keep you safe. Don't open, that's dangerous. And that pattern has kept them safe. So they're not wrong, right? So you need to show people there's other ways, help them practice, calibrate. Like if you have them, you know, this might just be way too much, right? So you have them just titrate that little by little and they can start feeling. Sometimes it's really helpful to kind of honor how that has kept them safe. Yeah, and then give them alternatives that they can titrate, they can learn, once again, the magic word, practice. Yeah. And there's cultural factors. You know, they might have been told that women, you know, might be shy around their sexuality, so they shouldn't be kind of like this, for example. There's all sorts of factors that might be involved. There might be necessary trauma work. We're just talking about this at lunch. You know, Karen's going to teach you centering soon, which is one of the best quick wins that I can teach you in a workshop, or Karen can teach you. But if people have got trauma around particular issues, centering ain't going to help. They need to do the trauma work. Now, the centering might help them do the trauma work because it can help them self-regulate. But, you know, if something's a particular trigger because of shadow, that's psychodynamic work. It's not like embodiment fixes everything, but it's a pretty good tool and it's pretty direct. When I teach in business, I say it's fast, it goes deep, and it sticks. So they're the three big wins of embodied work. It's straight to the point, yeah, because it's engaging, it sticks with people. It's got that depth to it. We're not just working on a surface level.